This morning, a Brainerd healthcare facility is in line to help ease a surge of COVID-19 patients in central and northern Minnesota. State health officials say the Good Samaritan Society Bethany will serve as an alternative care site as part of the governor's efforts to help larger hospitals focus on treating COVID patients. An emergency staffing team of 14 Minnesota National Guard members and 9 federal nurses will treat patients starting next Wednesday. The site has room for 34 patients who no longer require emergency care but can't go home yet. Now, that's like people recovering from a surgery. They will not take COVID patients there, though. Governor Tim Walz announced an action plan last month to expand access to long-term care beds so hospitals can focus on treating COVID patients and others that need emergency care. Now, the Good Samaritan Society Bethany in Brainerd is the second alternative care site to open in Minnesota. Last week, a facility in Shakopee, that's near the Twin Cities, made 30 beds available. Minnesota's health commissioner says COVID-19 hospitalizations have reached their highest level of the year, and she calls the spike in cases alarming. Meanwhile, West Fargo Public Schools are the first local school district to organize vaccine clinics for children. They're hosting clinics next Tuesday and Wednesday for students. The district has 1,000 doses of that vaccine. For details on how to register your child, head to valleynewslive.com. And masks are now required in Holly High and elementary schools starting today. It's due to 5 confirmed positive COVID-19 cases in each of the schools. According to their school opening plan, 5 COVID cases triggers a mask requirement for a minimum of 2 weeks or until the cases fall below a threshold. 6:53 now on this Thursday morning, and we are entering the first of several first alert weather days. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, and we've got a lot to talk about. We've got several alerts here covering the entire valley and beyond here to start off this morning. So let's get into this here. First of all, a winter storm warning that was issued earlier this morning for our northeastern viewing area in red here. It includes Roseau, Lake of the Woods, and northern Beltrami County, and then beyond to the east. This takes effect at noon today in that area, though we are already seeing some snow. And then another serious warning, a blizzard warning down in Traverse County and the Sisseton area, Roberts and Marshall counties. That starts at 6 o'clock this evening when the wind and snow combine for some of our worst travel conditions. And then in between, the rest of us in this blue area here in a winter weather advisory. We're looking at wind and snow, but there is some question about how intense that snow will be. The wind does look pretty certain as we head into tonight and into early tomorrow, but if we combine it just right, we may end up dealing with some blizzard conditions as well. So stay tuned. We'll continue to keep you updated and watch things for you right here. And here's a look at the latest radar to the east. We've got some showers and some snow showers happening around Lake of the Woods, down through the Red Lake area toward Bemidji. This has been inching eastward and quieting down just a little bit, but there are still some areas where we're seeing some snow, and there's snow on the ground in these places. So keep that in mind that you're going to be running into this as you're trying to hit the road this morning. The rest of us are pretty quiet, though temperatures are near freezing, so watch out for some icy patches. And you can see what's happening in Minot, that wraparound snow already curling around and moving into north central parts of North Dakota, even approaching Bismarck now. So this is on its way. We'll likely see that snow first in the Devil's Lake area. You can see it's more widespread than that as we expand the view and look farther north. So this will all be sweeping through, and the wind will be associated with it as well. So here's a look at our conditions right now. Fargo's pretty quiet. If you got some errands to run, maybe some chores to take care of, you may be able to sneak those in this morning before the snow moves in, especially in the southern valley. Temperatures into the low to some mid-30s, 34 in Fargo, it's 36 in Grand Forks. Some places are at freezing. Bemidji's at 32, Devil's Lake is also at 32. So again, want to watch out for some icy patches, especially on those bridge decks. So for your Veterans Day planner, if you're especially in the southern valley, you're more likely to have a quieter morning. However, as the day goes along, conditions will worsen. We're looking at around noon in the Fargo area, seeing some areas of snow starting to move in. There might be a little mix initially with that, with our temperatures above freezing. And then by 4 o'clock, it's snow and wind. And then when temperatures start to drop, that's when we really get the accumulations going into this evening and overnight. So if you have some plans, morning hours will be a little bit better. You can keep up to date on that on our Valley News Live weather app. Snowfall potential, lesser amounts in the south. It will be 1 to 3 inches up to the north. Again, that winter storm warning has us in that 6+ range for places like Roseau and Baudette, and some pockets that might be near that in the Northern Valley, where we're looking at 3 to 6. And this is all the way through Friday, especially Friday morning. And this moves on, and of course, I just want to give you a heads up that Saturday will be that next system too. So a lot to go over, and we'll be keeping you up to date all morning and all day long right here on Valley News Live.
Yeah, stay with us right here. Lisa, you'll keep tracking it all. Thank you. Americans are honoring those who served in the military on this Veterans Day 2021. In Fargo, the Fargo Air Museum at Hector Airport is hosting a service starting at 11 this morning. It's a free event. The West Fargo VFW also has an event that's starting at 10:45 in front of the post on Cheyenne Street. First Lutheran Church in downtown Fargo is holding a concert tonight featuring the brass ensemble of the 188th Army Band of the North Dakota Army National Guard. Now that is tonight at 7 o'clock. It's open to the public. A public appreciation dinner for veterans and their families will happen before that concert. That goes from 6 to 6:45. All veterans are welcome. The dinner and the concert are free to them. In Grand Forks, there is a Veterans Day ceremony at 1 this afternoon. That's happening at the Gorky Alumni Center. Police are now investigating a garage fire in Dilworth as arson, and they're still looking for the person who did it. It happened Tuesday at the Villa Apartments. A vehicle caught on fire. The flames then spread to 4 garages, damaging 2 cars and personal property inside the building. A number of people escaped unharmed from a garage fire in North Fargo yesterday. Take a look at what firefighters had to deal with there. Flames ripped through a garage off of 5th Street North yesterday morning. That garage became fully engulfed, and the fire spread to the house next door even. No word yet on a cause. A Moorhead man is dead after being crushed by a van that he was working on. It happened in the 1300 block of 34th Avenue South yesterday morning. Police say the man was trapped under the front of the van inside that garage. Another man saw what happened and rushed to help, but the victim died before he could be freed. His name has not yet been released. Porch pirates are a problem all year round, but as more people shop and buy online for the holidays, the problem is likely going to get worse. So what should you do if you think that someone's stolen your package? Well, West Fargo PD say that you should first make sure that your mail carrier says they delivered it, and then contact law enforcement, who would make an effort to catch the thief. Police say video surveillance is the best tool in dealing with those pirates.
If you see someone who doesn't belong in the area, try to get a description, a vehicle description, a license plate. Just be vigilant of what is going on in your neighborhood.
For more tips on how to keep your stuff safe, find this story at valleynewslive.com. A North Fargo restaurant owner says enough is enough after a man walked out of the Shack on Broadway without paying for his meal. Now, Tanya Bale, the owner, says dining and dashing happens at the Shack at least once a week, and she is now ready to hold people accountable.
I am the kind of person where if somebody was down on their luck and they truly needed a meal or help with it, I would have helped them out. However, I am a business. I'm not a soup kitchen.
Despite all this, the owner says the Shack will still be offering veterans a free meal today to say thank you for their service. Let's get the answer now to that question of the morning on Facebook. Our question, according to a new survey, only 5 offices in the U.S. still have this. The answer, a strict dress code. You can play along every day. Well, you can stay with us right here on the Valley today if you tune on over to the Fargo CW. Have a great Thursday.